Hey guys, welcome back to Comic Talk. Today we are discussing episode 2 of Batman Talk. Link in the description for the first episode. Today we are going to talk about Batman, the Arkham series. Arkham series, the video game. Oh my goodness. I'm excited to talk about this one. This one is it's going to be a great conversation about the Arkham series. I've played them all multiple times and they are phenomenal. I played Arkham Origins. I played all of them. Arkham Origins, City, Night, Asylum. I played all of them. And my first introduction was Arkham City, but then I got all the rest of the games. But they're a phenomenal superhero franchise. Name another superhero game franchise better than Batman Arkham series. You can't, because there isn't any. Spider-Man is coming up close, but uh, their games haven't been good. The last one that they did was really good. But this series is just phenomenal. It's paved the way for how superhero games should be from now on. There's no going back to how superhero games were before. I just love the games are just phenomenal. The aesthetics of each game is phenomenal. The grittiness and like the kind of creepy hallways of Arkham Asylum, the kind of steampunkish kind of vibe, kind of gritty as well. Arkham City, very phenomenal, beautiful game. Arkham City, the best out of the series. You can ask anybody who've played the Arkham series; they will say Arkham City is probably the best. Is very good. The DLC is really cool. The Harley Quinn Revenge. Spoiler if you haven't, it's been out since 2011. But if you haven't played it, go get it. Go play it. It's remastered on Xbox One and PlayStation. And if you get the remastered version, you get all the DLC included. So I recommend go getting that, and it's probably cheaper than you would, it's probably cheaper right now. So I highly recommend go getting those. I think Arkham Asylum is probably in there as well. Arkham Asylum is phenomenal as well. It's the remastered one. You get if you have Xbox One, you get the Joker thing as well in Arkham Asylum, which is pretty cool. Because if you had the 360, it was the Joker was only PlayStation exclusive. So highly recommend. But the aesthetics of each game, I'm going on a tangent because I'm just so excited. I love talking about the Arkham series. Like I said, Arkham Asylum, gritty hallways, kind of scary, spooky asylum kind of vibe. I get kind of like a steampunkish kind of vibe from Arkham City. The aesthetics just are phenomenal. The concept art for Arkham City it's just phenomenal. Go look them up. If you play the game, you can actually see concept arts of the game as well. So and Arkham Knight, just how polished it is, how beautiful the game is, just polished. Probably the more polished game out of all of them. Uh, Kind of different aesthetic for Arkham Origins, kind of newer. Nothing's really torn down yet. Uh, Origins, I guess these people are just getting started, ruining the city, so it's not as well, it's on Christmas Day, so it's like kind of a Christmassy vibe. It's snowing and all that stuff in Arkham Origins. But the cast itself, who Arkham Asylum, City, and Night, the Rocksteady ones, those are phenomenal. The voice cast for them: Kevin Conroy for Batman, Mark Hamill for Joker. You got Tara Strong in there for Harley Quinn. There's These are all people from Batman the Arkham Batman Batman the Animated Series. All these people are from Batman the Animated Series. Phenomenal voice acting. Uh, just phenomenal. I don't think you can get it any other way. Those games won't be as good if you didn't have, Kevin Conroy as Batman and Mark Hamill as the Joker, because those are like the definitive for Batman and Joker. And Tara Strong does a good job as Harley Quinn in the series. And all the other voice acting as well. And I really like the Batman Arkham series Easter eggs. They are so fun. If you haven't, like the Batman, like the boat on Arkham City, where you have to push in like a specific code, and then you go under in this boat, and then it's like, it's a teaser because for Arkham Knight, it's Scarecrow's like kind of like the main villain, so they kind of tease that in Arkham City, where you're playing with like the router thing or whatever, and there's like codes, and it's like Scarecrow, and then there's like a thing where you have to go in. It's like really hard to get. It's like City of Gotham or whatever you put in, and then it opens up, and then you see Scarecrow's like testing out his new fear toxin or whatever, and it just gets a little glimpse of that. There's a whole bunch of other Easter eggs in Arkham City. Arkham Knight is just flooded with them, probably because it's the biggest map, but it's just, I think every building you look at is like an Easter egg. You know, there's Queen Industries, and then there's like things about like Superman, like, oh, they talk about like, oh, what, imagine if that guy from Metropolis came here, you know, whatever that is. And then uh they mention Central City, and you know that's where the Flash is. So they mention all these other characters, and it's pretty cool to see all the Easter eggs in all these games. The Killer Croc Easter egg in Arkham City. There's like one way you have to go to see him, and if you don't go that way, uh, for that time period, then you missed Killer Croc. I missed him the first few times. I had to look it up, and then like, oh, there's actually a Killer Croc. Excuse me. There's actually a Killer Croc Easter egg. So I'm like, oh, okay, I need to go that way and all that stuff. But okay, next thing, the boss battles in the Arkham series. Oh my goodness, those are phenomenal, phenomenal boss battles. Arkham Knight, not so much, but Arkham City, Arkham Asylum, Arkham Origins does have really good boss battles. Um, like Mr. Freeze in Arkham City is probably my favorite boss battle. We get to if you're playing, especially if you're playing on hard mode. Oh my goodness, it's like you have to use everything out of your everything to trick him, because you can't use the same attack again. So if you go from under the grate, you get him once, then he freezes the grate, so you can't go in the grate. You can't get him from there. If you get him from the glass, then he freezes all the glasses, so you can't get it from this. So you have to figure out other ways to get him. Each one different from the last, which is very challenging, very satisfying when you actually finally defeat him. Uh, Killer Croc boss battle in Arkham Asylum. Oh my goodness, when you go down those sewers and Killer Croc, just the aesthetics of that is just scary, especially if you play at night. And he's like, oh my god, where's Killer Croc? And then you get that music done at it, you know. It is just crazy getting that music from and you're all scared to get it from Killer Croc, and it's just like, oh my goodness, you cannot you have to be on your tippy toes to defeat Killer Croc in that one. Deathstroke in Arkham Origins. I know that's by W Montreal, but it's still part of the series. Very good boss battle. You have to use your wits. If you have to time it well to your attack, your I can't even remember the word, what it was. Counter. You have to press it at the right time, or else he hits you. So Deathstroke is very fun to fight. Finally, when I defeated him without him touching me, was like so satisfying. But it was just like, I couldn't defeat him because he kept hitting me, and you have to press at the right moment. If you don't press at the right moment, then you die basically. Basically, Arkham Origins is like full of boss battles because it's like 7 assassins. But I still like Killer Croc in Arkham Asylum. Um, the Mr. Freeze in Arkham City. Let's see what else. There was not that many boss battles in Arkham Knight. The best ones were like in the previous ones. Mr. Freeze. Let's see. Bane in Arkham Origins. Man, he took forever because he had to face him like 3 times. That one was scary as well. That one was really hard, really challenging to defeat him, which I like. I don't really like these easy boss battles. I wanted to fight these guys. I want to fight these guys, and And it's hard, and when it's hard, and when you finally beat them, it's like satisfying. Like, okay, yes, yes, we can defeat them. We finally defeated them, and it's just phenomenal to finally, when you finally defeat this person, it's phenomenal because it's not easy. It's hard. You have to use all your, your wit and all your skills to defeat this person multiple times. I guess all the other ones were pretty cool in Arkham Origins, like who else? What, Killer Croc was in it. Bane, Cobra, I think what her name was. I don't know if it was I don't I like how they had the different things in different games. Like we had like kind of like a free flow kind of thing in Arkham Asylum. That's where it all started, the free flow fighting or whatever. But then they perfected it in Arkham City, and we had like the night fights and all that stuff. We perfected how they perfected how they did the fighting in Arkham City from Arkham Asylum. They just perfected the gameplay, perfected how they fight, bigger map, better boss battles, just more stuff, and higher ranking. We had in Arkham Knight, we had the Fear takedown, where you can take down like 5 people in a row, which is like really cool and really fun to look at. And I think it kind of inspired Batman, when Batman saves Superman's mom in Batman vs Superman. I think inspired that for that fight styles, because it was very reminiscent of the Arkham games. Arkham Origins, I had like the electric gloves from Electrocutioner, um, and it had like those karate guys where you had to take them down differently or whatever, which was cool. And I like how each one has like kind of like a different, maybe like a different fighting style, different stuff, that it's not just the same game over and over again. They improve. I think they improved most from Arkham Asylum to Arkham City, because I think Arkham City is still the best game. Uh, I know a lot of people have a lot of pet peeves for Arkham Knight, but I think it was a great game. It was a fun game. It was a big map. I think my only pet peeve was for the Arkham series is probably the Riddler trophies, especially in Arkham Knight, the last one. I don't think it was, it was just a whole bunch, like 240 different Riddler trophies and different challenges you had to do. And it was just a big map, and it just took forever just to defeat him. And if you were a completionist and you want to get those, like, oh, I want to get those, I want to get 100%, excuse me, you have to get all the Riddler trophies, which I did, but it's just takes forever. But I still love the game. I still replay it from time to time. Very fun game. I like the different skins that they give you, like especially the Batman Beyond skin in that game. Oh my goodness! And then the Batmobile. I know some people have a pet peeve for the Batmobile, that maybe it's used too much in the game, but I like it. I like the Batmobile. I like how I can, especially when you beat the game, if you have like the extra DLC, you can ride around in the different um, Batmobiles, like the 1960s Batmobile, Adam West Batmobile, the 1989 Michael Keaton Batmobile. They even brought in the Ben Affleck from Batman vs Superman Batmobile, which was pretty cool. And the 2008 Tumbler from the Dark Knight trilogy, Christian Bale Batmobile, that one is really fun to drive as well in the game. And it's just a cool feeling just to drive around in those different Batmobiles. And they have like the different maps for those cars. Like they have like a 1960s racetrack. They have the 2008 kind of feel for the Dark Knight trilogy racetrack, and it's just really cool. And the 1989 feel for that track, and it's just really cool. I think they did a phenomenal job. Rocksteady and WB Montreal did a phenomenal job doing these games, doing Batman justice. Because I think a lot of things that don't get Batman justice, it has like the fighting style, has like some of the detective work, and I think he was portrayed very well in these games. And if you want to feel like Batman, you could sneak around, you do the fighting, you do some detective work, you interrogate people, all the cool and ride around in Batmobiles in Arkham Knight. All the cool stuff about Batman you get to do in these games, which I think is really cool. And you get to feel like, oh, I'm Batman. I get to grapple up. I get to, sneak around, take this guy out. I get to, maneuver. I get to fight these people. Uh, I get to fight multiple people at once, and it's just cool. And I think they did Batman justice. The feel of it, you gotta be like, oh, I can actually be Batman in these games. So thank you, WME Montreal. Thank you, especially Rocksteady. Thank you for making great games. Rumors that there's gonna be a new Arkham game, hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. But yes, thank you for making these games. I love the games. I still replay them from time to time, especially Arkham City, Arkham Asylum, Arkham Knight. I play all these. I recently replayed the whole series, and it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. There was no like boring moment or at all. So thank you guys for making these games. Really awesome games. Love you guys. And if you guys are not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below, what do you guys think about the Arkham games? Do you guys love the Arkham games? Which one's your favorite Arkham game? Let me know in the comment sections below. Make sure to share with your friends. And love you guys, and I'll see you guys